Welcome back to the next segment of the Golden Witch Court.
Why am I shorter than you?
Because that's literally your height in comparison to mine.
The hat is to compensate for something?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to talk about compensating?
Not really.
That hairdo probably compensates for something.
No.
I was going to say the sword probably does more.
Yeah, like, this is literally just my natural hair.
I was talking about Barnum's. He's not as famous as Phoenix, right? So he decides to try and copy his hairdo so he can leech off his popularity, except he fucked it up.
Honestly, Barnum looks like he got off the set of Fire Emblem Awakening.
He has feet.
So who is this?
3 months ago,
Phoenix.
the alchemist that lived in this house was murdered, and now we've got a situation of our own. There, on the floor in front of a terrified Maya, was the professor, now completely made of gold. What the heck is going on? I thought the professor was supposed to be meeting with the storyteller. Did he piss him off that much?
And, you know, I mean, if he did, then the storyteller could have just written Layton dying of a heart attack or something.
No, that's been done before. And to make things matters worse, now Maya's accused of being a witch.
Or as Layton would put it, what on earth is going on here?
And there's the evidence.
Who's also the
Okay.
victim.
About an arm. Look at that!
Did it get damaged in transit?
You're talking about the professor!
Professor!
Yep, see? Now look at you done.
Professor!
Luke has not had a good day.
Now look at you
Someone
done.
stole his arm
Remember,
to
he's still
sell
sleep
it.
deprived to boot.
So this is the power of the gold transmutation spell. Most spectacular. It looks like work of the finest artisans.
Well, okay, to be fair to you, this is like the day after the murder, so maybe Luke eventually cried himself to sleep at some point?
Okay. I assure you it is the work of no artisans, my lord. By the way, the missing arm has not yet been found.
I didn't ask about the missing arm. I was more preoccupied by it being gold.
I can't believe this! Professor!
Deep breaths, Luke.
I always thought he would outlive us all.
I suppose we should add the victim to the evidence.
Sure.
Do you hear that, Luke? Do you hear that, Luke? I'm evidence now.
The poor professor, while searching for evidence, became evidence. Well, let me just lift this heavy load into the court record.
Pocket Layton.
This is unfortunate. I thought the evidence would be as good as gold.
Shut up.
But although still no closer to discerning whether or not the victim was holding a knife. Maybe he cut off his own arm to hide it.
Oh, hi Maya.
Let me speak,
Be silent!
please.
Maya.
Be silent, you're not allowed to talk.
The professor didn't have a knife, and also,
You shut up, I'll throw you in the pit myself.
Hey, that's not how it goes.
there was another person in that room.
You know, that would have been nice to have told me before the court started, though, Maya.
The real witch was there too. Please believe me.
Do you have any evidence?
Do you?
Then, well, do you? You're the one making the accusation.
Accused. Do I really need to warn you again?
Oh boy.
You didn't warn me a first time. Shut up.
Inside the cage, you are to behave like a bird that has forgotten its song. Speak again, and you shall be punished.
Interesting metaphor you got there, Barnum.
I don't write my speeches.
God, can you do anything?
Or are you in a particular hurry to taste the flames of justice, little bird?
Well, he can apparently burn you.
Hellfire, dark fire, blah, blah, blah.
Sob.
Objection! Ugh. But it's true that someone else could have been at the crime scene.
Do you have a
Like you.
photograph?
Photographs don't exist in this time. Look
Or
at the sketch. The victim was facing towards someone, and that person wasn't Maya.
I'm surprised no one has accused Phoenix. Sir Blue Knight, your ignorance is no longer even a surprise.
To be fair, the witnesses could probably all corroborate that he only showed up after Layton had been turned to gold.
You do not know what transpired at the crime scene.
I was literally right below it.
You think this man was pointing at another person, you say?
Well, look at the way his statue is poised.
Let me tell you this. Nearly everyone in this court other than you knows what their head was pointing at.
Do they? Do they really?
What?
No, they
We
don't.
do?
I rest my case.
Well, honorable witnesses, is that not so?
Say yes or I'll cut off your heads!
I, Emeer Punch and Bag the First, love me some gossip and stories of the occult.
Okay, that's not the question though.
Are you surprised with an answer from Emeer?
Elusive black mist, the magical beast, its chilling breath brings about death. That's not answering either. Like,
They're
And
dodging.
Not to mention that doesn't rhyme. Oh,
Poorly
dear
done.
me. You could use some education, Blue Knight. I can offer you private tuition, but it will not come cheap.
You all are dodging the question, you realize that?
seriously.
They're all dodging the question.
If the professor wasn't confronting Maya...
Witnesses, you will now testify. I know you weren't finished, Luke, but whatever. Tell us all about this other presence at the crime scene.
Alright, now I'm getting somewhere.
Witness testimony. A shadow at the crime scene.
We all know what happened to that alchemist, so this case is no mystery.
Same place, same magic trick. This time her luck ran out and she dropped that magic scepter. I feel like we're going in circles.
The truth obscured by a twisted ruse. The witch couldn't vanish, but did confuse.
Okay, now that actually is better.
It happened because the professor unraveled the mystery behind all these witches.
No, I didn't.
The same magic trick
Shush,
was used?
Professor.
Bracelet ran away. They are referring to an incident from 3 months ago. Much like this incident, a man lost his life to witchcraft in that very room.
Maybe it's the room's fault and it's
We
cursed.
haven't even been here 3 months.
They don't know that.
It was the master of that residence, Sir Newton Belduke, the alchemist.
Suffered
Bottom!
death by strangulation. Finger marks were left on his neck. He looks more like he's tired of his work
Yeah,
day.
he's sleepy.
His sleep. He had locked himself in his study, and the key was still in his pocket.
So yeah, locked
Not
door
mystery.
mystery.
In other words, no one could have entered that room.
Unless they were a witch.
Of course.
The perpetrator disappeared from a locked room, just like in this case.
A large amount of powder medicine was spilled all over the floor.
Yeah, that
Again,
medicine.
quote-unquote the powdered medicine.
Powdered medicine.
Yes, that's what I just said.
I wonder.
Sir Belduke was an alchemist. He possessed various medicinal concoctions.
The kind that made you really happy.
Make me happy.
Due to the presence of that powder, had anyone entered that room, clear footprints would have remained. Yet, there were none.
Medicine powder. Is that what we're calling it nowadays?
Yes. Especially with the kid here.
Although I do prefer the term China cat.
It's the kind of mystery that the professor would have loved to solve.
Oh, the professor isn't here, young man.
You don't have to
Really bad at
remind me.
playing.
Thus, there were two unnatural circumstances to Sir Belduke's death. The culprit's disappearance from a locked room. Besides, get over it. And the fact that they appeared not to have walked on the floor. It's almost as if they flew away. Can you stop crying, please? You're going to flood the courtroom.
I mean, it's
Only
only...
to extinguish the flames.
In other words, it couldn't have been the Emeer magic that was used in my case the other day.
Not to mention there wasn't the appropriate gems on the Talia Magica anyway.
That as well. Seems like the killer levitated above the floor, strangled Belduke, and vanished into thin air.
Very overcomplicated for an execution.
But what does that have to do with this trial?
Overcomplicated, thy name is Ace Attorney.
It has been 3 months since that murder, and we kinda need to wrap things up. You know, we kinda want closure.
Yeah,
Despite that, we still haven't been able to find the witch responsible.
So we just gave up.
but maybe she was hiding in plain sight.
But now, having eluded us for so long...
We
This is the Middle Ages, so of course we're like, okay, she's not here. Okay, hey guys, we're done here.
That witch
Let's
has
go
finally
home.
been brought before this court. We will have justice.
That's right, this girl right here is the criminal genius mastermind.
It's
What?
Like having been here that
No
long.
way! Now he thinks Maya killed the alchemist too?
Okay,
Sure,
okay.
Maya is capable of strangling someone. Why not?
Yeah, you ain't even here.
We weren't even here back then. But it's not like I can explain it to him.
Yes,
Well
it is.
then,
What's stopping
Why
you?
don't you interrogate the witness?
Well, remember, Dwibs, as far as anyone knows, Labyrinthia is all within the confines of a wall that nobody can get out of. So as far as they know, Maya must have been around at some point. Objection! You can't be serious! 3 months ago, we weren't even...
Yeah, Phoenix, you yourself just said that it wasn't, pointless anyway.
Defender, you may interrogate the witnesses.
Well, I'm gonna interrogate the hell out of them for this.
May their testimonies lead us to the truth.
In a way.
Cross-examination, a bloody blah.
Dude,
Hold it!
start with him.
It's a beautiful song, sure, but would you mind testifying in a bit more of a comprehensible way?
As you wish, Sir Musically Impaired Offender.
I am immediately regretting this.
A certain man was killed some 3 months ago.
You mean Sir Newton Belduke, the alchemist?
It was a locked room murder accomplished through the use of a certain mysterious spell.
How romantic.
No one else would say anything.
And that same magic has been used in this case too. It's like a bookend.
The witch that committed the crime disappeared without a trace.
And it wasn't with Emeer, apparently. And she hasn't been found to this day, huh?
I asked you a question.
Maybe the parrot has to say something. That's pretty much what I expressed in my song.
Yeah, but songs aren't admissible in court.
I knew all that already.
Even a peerless bard such as myself may not always be completely up to date with all that latest information.
You see, you're ever so humble.
Isn't that so, Cracker? You understand, don't you, my peerless memory partner?
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Hey, at least there's a better animal treatment than that fucking goat.
Mr. Speller?
Sorry?
An adorable bird. He's imitating you this time, Mr. Wright. She burped. He's imitating you this time, Mr. Wright. Look at that.
I'm being parroted by a parrot.
Yeah, we had already this kind of thing
Phoenix,
already first game.
You've already done that, haven't you?
We capture all witches without exception. This one may have been at large longer than others, but she will not escape us.
Terminate the Great Witch with extreme prejudice.
Yes.
Next witness, continue testifying, please. No singing.
I don't think this one's in the mood to sing.
Hold it!
Hold it! And that mystery is...
The witch's identity, of course.
Can't believe I'm getting stared down by a little kid.
I think it happened already, that too, Phoenix.
With Cody, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I want to believe you and Maya. I really do.
But...
But I saw the witch's scepter on the floor. No one else could have dropped it.
The professor?
The professor wasn't a girl. When I saw the professor,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he can't hold a scepter.
everything went black in front of my eyes. And there was a witch in that room, and it had to be Maya.
Luke.
If only the professor were here to tell me what to believe in.
Yourself?
Yourself.
Yeah.
He would never say that.
yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think, Mr. Wright?
Yeah. Believe in me, for I am your boss, or whatever.
We need to dig down to the truth as soon as possible. For Maya and for Luke too.
The professor's gonna haunt everyone. I hope we can do it.
Solve the puzzle! Solve the puzzle!
Go away, Ghost Layton. Nobody likes you.
It'd be
Every time you're
easier-
doing a crossword, like in the paper, he's just looming over you.
easy if there were some clear contradictions in the testimony.
Perhaps this time, we should take a step back and observe each witness while they're not the one speaking.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, I guess.
The four of them are listening to each other's testimonies. That may give me an opportunity to question them on one another's testimonies and find gaps in the story. You're full of good ideas, Aspella. How about we give that a shot?
Sure.
Yeah, again, this is easily the part where Aspella is the most helpful throughout the story. Hold it! You're talking about Mr. Belduke's murder, which took place in a locked room. Yeah, real shocker, alright. Everyone was talking about it. People don't say this out loud, but, you know, you're thinking it too, eh?
What?
I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's prolong
Ain't it clear as day? He was an alchemist! An alchemist! Alchemy's just like magic, ain't it?
Deep breaths, Tio.
The
Deep breaths.
of a man. Only a woman can be a witch. What's more, witchcraft has nothing to do with alchemy. They're different somehow.
At least the judge has the heart in the right place. Alchemy is a mysterious art of manipulating the forces of nature. Or so it is said.
Well, that sounds a lot like magic to me. Alchemy's incomprehensible to regular people. It's all magic, really, and
Someone defenestrate him.
you know, a couple of days before the witch got him, the lightning struck. Lightning? And then lightning returned. Glad you're asking, because I like telling me that one. All of a sudden, like a bolt from the blue sky, there was this bolt from the sky, only it wasn't blue.
Okay.
The sky lit up and turned blood red, and then out of nowhere, an old-looking bell tower appeared in a burst of flames. Makes you realize Mother Nature's pretty powerful stuff, eh?
Jesus Christ.
Again, why are we believing anything this guy's saying?
No one has to say anything. You have strayed off the topic at hand, witness. This is a courthouse, not an inn. Save your thrilling stories for later.
That may be the nicest thing he's said to him.
Has to be very polite.
He really wants to kill that man, doesn't he?
Or at least put him in jail.
Hold it! Would you care to elaborate on that, Miss Primstone?
You could
Yeah,
say
Miss Scholar, and my knowledge is vast and diverse. I know a thing or two about witchcraft.
Guilty.
Therefore, I have a very good idea of the type of magic that must have been used this time.
Does that mean you're a witch yourself?
Not necessarily.
The magic behind this mysterious figure that appeared out of nowhere glided through the air and vanished after making the kill.
Indeed, yes, and the witch's scepter confirms my theory. Look how detailed it is.
no.
A brilliant deduction. I am honored to have studied under an excellent teacher such as yourself, Miss Primstone.
Well, then
That
why'd you shake your head?
explains so much.
Hang on, then why'd you shake your head?
Very good, Mr. Barnum. You get an A+.
She was his teacher? Actually, I guess that kind of explains a lot.
Our occult crime analysts have arrived at the same conclusion. OCA? Yes.
More like OOCA.
No, the hour is the beginning of the phrase.
Oh, right.
I found it.
Oh, gone.
The page about the purple magic gem.
Alright. Let's see what it is.
The purple chaos emerald. The
Yes.
spell's called Amalia.
Yeah.
It's all about family. Amalia?
Please, no.
What does it do? Summon Dominic Toretto?
Yeah, and all he can say is family.
He killed the professor.
The spell Familia, bound within this purple gem, is used to summon a familiar.
Ah.
Okay. Oh,
Familiars appear out of nowhere, glide through the air,
that's wrong.
and it's
That's
when
not.
their task is accomplished.
Hold on, Barnum. That's not correct. That's not the name of the spell that's used to summon a familiar.
If anything, they're showcasing instead a nightmare pit.
They are evil, bloodthirsty spirits used by witches to perform outrageous crimes.
You know, change of mind. These people know jack shit about magic.
Evil
The sleep
spirits.
paralysis demon spell.
It was a familiar that took Sir Perduk's life, and now it has appeared again. You see, there's also another thing, Alan. Sir Silcat was probably trying to ward off the evil spirit with his knife. But what good is a knife against an occult creature? It completed the task given to it by the witch and promptly vanished.
Mr. Barnum, I'm going to turn down your A+ into a B+ because the correct name of the spell is Form Familiar.
Yeah.
Thus bringing us to the conclusion that...
That spell is too wordy.
Sir Belduke and Sir Silcat were both killed by the same witch. See, that's also the other thing. The idea of having a familiar would incorporate ideally the fact that Maya is a spirit medium and maybe she was supposed to channel someone at the time and that was mistaken for a familiar, maybe. I get the idea this part was going to be a different direction, but they had to rework it.
Unexpected turn of events. The two
Definitely.
incidents seem to be connected, due to the same witch's scepter having been used in both cases.
Huh, well, we got somewhere. Shame it wasn't Barnum's favor, but... Well, I guess that just
Well, we
makes
got
him
somewhere,
such a regular
Jovah,
opponent.
worse.
Yes!
Because now everything is again pointing against Maya.
Oh, this
So
is
what else is-
terrible.
So what else is
Now,
new?
now Maya is accused of 2 murders.
It's
At
a
the
new
price of
record.
one.
I
Two
mean,
at the
in
same
one
time.
go, anyway.
Hold on. So this we can just have. Watch it. Never mind. Oh dearie me, I was right as always.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy bringing this one down a peg.
How much of that stick was actually jammed up your
There will
ass?
be in the next exam. Make sure to take notes. Now I shall divulge what really happened.
Oh boy. An
Please do
exam.
enlighten us.
Nick,
Where are all the years, Miss Brimstone?
good, because it will be on the test.
But I'm a knight.
That hat maker was pointing the knife at the witch's familiar.
Okay. Hold it! Did you actually see the familiar?
The mirror had just disappeared. Had the boy opened the door sooner, no doubt we would have seen it.
Yeah, you know what they say in my country, lady, for a statement like this? And if my grandpa had 5 balls, it would have been a pinball machine.
And then when
If you were my student, I would have made sure to teach him not to dilly dally.
Hang on! Is everything alright, Luke? You seem to be deep in thought about something. And by
Also-
deep in
also-
thought, I mean very angry.
No, it's not all right. It's not right at all.
None of this is okay.
Is there something in Miss Primstone's testimony that you would like to comment on?
no, I'm not going to make any Doctor Who jokes because there was an episode called The Witch's Familiar.
That's what I keep telling you.
With all the explosion sound effects.
The professor wouldn't point a knife at anyone.
A sword, on the other hand, yes.
And a
Again,
gun
we'll
that
get to-
shoots chips, yes, he would. But not a knife.
Dear me, what an impertinent child. I'm telling you, I saw I'm
Again.
pretty sure Luke means in I'll cut you, man, I'll cut you kind of way. I distinctly saw the glint of a sharp blade.
At any rate, as we can see now... the victim's arm is missing. As such, there is no proof that he had a knife. He was probably pointing. Not as good as I point, but still.
Objection! That is but a mere detail. It matters not.
That's not a knife. The knife that I
A
had.
mere detail matters not.
Now that was a knife.
Oh my. Anyhow, I wonder, where could that missing arm be?
Who knows if we'll ever find out about it.
Yeah, that ought to be looked into.
Oh,
a shame they're
hello. Hang on!
Oh, great.
Mister, do you have something you'd like to share with us?
We're filming, Mr. Emeer.
Mr. Emeer! It's a Mr. Emeer punching bag the first to you, Bluey. The likes of you ought to show some respect to a future man of wealth such as me. Oh god, if he's gotten into the high class, now I know we're doomed. You seem to be looking ahead to a future full of newly gained riches. I can look wherever I bleeding please. Anyway, why are you looking at me like that? I don't know about that golden bloke's right arm.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Blonde Miami Dispella? What is it, Dispella?
I mean, Bald Maya.
That's what she is.
I may be wrong, but there's something about that man.
Do
I
you
know,
want the list?
Don't worry, Pella, it's very
Yeah,
noticeable.
where do we start?
Look at the bright side, Web. She's not as prone to physical assault as Maya is. So there's that.
Wouldn't you say he looks, suspicious?
to say the fucking.
You don't say.
What gives you that idea?
It's not just
Maybe
you.
the pineapple haircut.
Everything
Oh,
about him is so shady.
I'm
it makes
sorry,
me
I
want
don't like to be
double-check my-
judgmental like the rest of you.
Every bout of him is so shady, it makes me want to double check my pockets. Mr. Emeer, stop pretending that you don't know anything about the victim's missing arm. Pretending? I'll tell ya, I know nothing. Nada. 0. Nil.
He used it to make that cup, didn't he?
I ain't seen it, or heard about it, or put it in me pocket. How would it even fit
How
there?
specific?
Fraud and slip right there, Emeer.
Put it
Yeah.
in your pocket.
Also, notice that
wasn't
Barnum is not
me.
stopping Phoenix.
Honest, seriously, I've got nothing to do with it. I think he just
Check
doesn't.
his pockets!
I think he just doesn't want to risk. Oh,
What? What?
Who was that?
objection!
Oh, I know. Actually, he's like, yeah.
Cheating, good for nothing. You tried to deceive me.
But yeah, it's
Price.
Yeah. I actually forgot that about Price. Okay.
Order! Order! Who is that person?
I actually forgot about him in this
The
trial.
guy with a funny mustache.
He hasn't shown up in the trial prior before, but he did show up in the.
I know that. What I mean is that I forgot he was in this trial. It's been a while, so.
You want to know who I am? I'm Price the pawnbroker. And this man is the same as cheating bum. He never had the nerve to lie to me.
I mean, he did have the nerve, but yeah. What did he lie to you about?
Also, that should be saved for a different trial, maybe?
I'll tell you. On the day of the crime, Emeer came to my shop. He waltzed up to me saying he got his hands on a superb work of art, rare as gold dust. I think I know where this is going.
Yeah.
That work of art? Could it be?
And then Luke attacks him here.
I've got it right here.
There it is.
There it is.
A life-size replica of Phoenix's objecting arm.
Just like I thought.
And he just, like, put it right out in front of Luke. Right
Nice.
there.
Oh my.
Okay, Judge, stop
Judge.
gawking at gold.
Professor,
Alright, Luke, we just need some
It's
super
the
glue
professor's
equipment.
arm.
We'll get some flex tape for that thing.
No, don't you see? This is operating on Zelda logic, where a character can pick up something without actually touching it.
It's pure gold, exquisitely crafted. It was entitled Towards Tomorrow, or something like that. Huh. Maybe I could use that for the name of one of my turnabouts.
No, I wanted it titled Poke You in the Eye.
I've never seen a piece of gold so fine before. And so, suspecting nothing, I paid the rascal a rather handsome sum.
Who would have thought?
Judge wanted to buy that so badly.
Yeah, I wanted it. I mean,
And what am I hearing now? And it was a human arm, no less. You, sir, are a monster. You're as bad as a witch's familiar yourself.
There you go.
Hi, look, I didn't know it was his arm, I swear. When I saw it, it was already like that.
Don't believe you.
What do you mean? On the off chance that this helps my case, I was last to the scene, and it caught me eye right away. That golden arm pointing up at the ceiling with such optimism and authority.
no,
Sure.
no, I was counting down to a...
I thought, it looks like it's showing me the way to a better, brighter, richer tomorrow.
I don't think Emeer has been punished enough severely.
To me, it was a work of art, a precious one at that.
And then it found its way into your pocket and you pawned it.
Semantics, my lord.
You mounted it on a crude stand, gave it a tawdry title, and passed it off as some kind of sculpture.
I love how even Barnum's disgusted. Don't try and look away from the truth now!
CS Bella? Turns out we were right to think he's shady.
Darn it! I can look wherever I darn please! You can't handle the truth.
You fucking people.
I'll look away from the facts and forward to the future. Always look on the bright side.
It's almost very bright in this very room, Emeer. The fire, maybe you should step in there.
That's Emeer Puntenbag's motto!
In that case, let me sell you this arm.
Hey, where did all the other witnesses go? Anyway.
There we go, with some flex tape, as she suggested.
Now, where were we now?
Flex glue.
It works.
The victim's arm has now been successfully reattached by one of our masterful craftsmen.
See, if it
All
was
in
flex
2
tape.
minutes.
See, if it was flex tape, you would have see the tape in there, but no, it's actually flex glue.
Knights of the court, you may resume the Inquisition.
At least one thing's clear now.
The
Hey,
professor.
don't I-
Why do you have to have him there like that?
Because it's like the old days. As everyone can see, the victim definitely wasn't holding a knife. Golden Layton agrees.
Oh, dear me. It seems I may have been mistaken after all.
You think?
That
That
feeling when the
testimony
only
was-
witness was not Luke in this
What do you
Professor
think
Lab was
about
a
that?
Test of yours is invalid.
The victim had already been turned to gold when we entered the room.
The test of yours is invalid.
According to the witness's testimony, that was the case, yes. Isn't that right, Layton? Oh, wait, never mind.
Well then, I'm sure you'll concede that it was easy to mistake that glittering pointing finger for a nut. No.
Poorly.
Maybe you should get some.
Poorly.
Maybe you should check if your glasses are still working
Yeah.
as well.
Indeed, the victim's finger has a gleam to it, resembling that of a sword's edge.
No, it
come on,
doesn't,
Barnum.
Barnum. You should know better than this.
Yeah, Barnum, you're just saying that because it helps your case, don't you?
Such a sense of power and intensity. It's enough to send a shiver down the spine of anyone being
John,
pointed at.
stop simping about Layton's statue.
But it's genius.
No puzzle is a match for the power of the professor's pointing finger.
Well, except the puzzle of how to turn back into a human from gold.
I guess no one remembers I'm known for pointing like that, too. I was technically here first,
Sorry,
you
Felix,
know.
you're standing in Layton's screen time.
Yeah, but I do it better.
Go on.
I think your pointing finger makes quite an impression too, Mr. Wright.
See, if this spell is on your side, the Phoenix. There you go. See.
Yeah, that counts for something. She's just taking pity on me.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Phoenix.
Oh, come on. She's just trying to be nice. Come on.
Is that all you had to say, Sir Blue Knight?
Hold on, I need a minute to recover. Uh-huh.
Emotional damage. As I said before, whether the victim had a knife or not is completely irrelevant.
No, it was the entire basis for half, this shit.
Yeah, what he said. You'd better apologize to me now.
Except
Never.
my foot up your ass.
Never.
Badgering me for no reason like that. Bottom's come to
Never.
me rescue.
Never.
Squirt before I do that.
Is that all there is to it? Or could that arm hold some other clues? Layton? Oh, never mind. I shouldn't be asking you for your opinion. You're dead.
Fuck you!
We've come this far. Maybe there's something.
She's right. I need to ask some more questions.
Indeed.
Well then, Mr. Emeer,
We still need to
I
keep
suppose-
it in
you know what?
control.
perhaps you could
use Layton to poke witnesses in the eye.
perhaps you could tell me one more thing about that arm.
How much did you sell it
How much did you pawn it for? And when we cut to a Pawn Stars episode.
You found the arm on the floor, pointing upwards, you said.
Remind me, Jovah. What was that case where Mia, while being channeled by Pearl, forgot to tell us about the teddy bear?
What? Forgot to... she didn't forget to tell us about the teddy bear. Anyway, the one you're thinking about is... You're thinking about Farewell My Turnabout, though.
Yeah, somehow happened to fall down in such a way, landing upright.
What are the odds of that? Actually, that reminds me of a puzzle. God damn it, it's
No,
spreading!
Phoenix, focus!
He just misses you, Professor. Also, you're dead. Shut up.
Did you really know me for more than a week?
Now, if you could show us on this floor plan here... I'd like to know the exact spot where you found the victim's arm.
Gosh.
Sure, I remember that well. Even if I'm
intoxicated
pissed.
by the alcohol fumes.
It was right there.
Yes. That's where you would expect it to have fallen. Not there, not there.
Phoenix is not amused.
Now, if that's where it was, then something's definitely not right.
But you're right.
And that's why it's
Keep
not
looking
me.
at that sketch so intensely, you shall burn a hole in it.
So that means he's a witch then. Burning things, only witches can do that.
Or perhaps,
Wouldn't that make Barnum a witch since he burns witches?
you're going to claim there's a contradiction in it somewhere?
Hey, well, sure, just take all the fun out of it by predicting it. This arm is the final clue left by the professor. His broken arm. Even after turning to gold, he was pointing out something important right before he died. Namely, the key to solving this case.
Knowing what we know in hindsight, this is
a thing
kind of
that,
not what happened.
Yeah, like, knowing what we do know in hindsight, let's just say he got incredibly lucky. Of course there is a problem.
This is the thing that Takumi likes to do, the whole, my friend left me this final clue, I can't let it go to waste thing.
And where would that be precisely? Pedro, it's like in Italy, just right with the blood on the wall.
The professor's arm has armed me with some vital evidence.
No.
Can someone boo him already?
Boo.
Its location leads to a huge contradiction. No comments from the peanut gallery, please.
I declare that the shall be burned first.
In that case, why don't you enlighten us and show us this so-called contradiction, or I'll enlighten the defendant.
Hey, you don't have to take that tone with me, Your Honor.
What contradiction did the arm cause, whatever? Do you want me to get my flamethrower?
Got it! The contradiction is right here.
And this is the witch's scepter.
Yep. Let's go over the order of events, as per the witness's testimony. First, the witch cast a spell on the professor, turning him to gold. And when all of you rushed to the crime scene, that golden statue fell down, making a loud noise. Next, the witch dropped the scepter. This was where she made her mistake.
What are you getting at, Sir Blue Knight? All witnesses agree with this order of events.
If you let him finish. Jeez. You guys could be so rude.
That's right. They all agree that's how it happened. But then there's the arm.
Well, what about it? Spit it out.
I'm glad you asked, as the music plays. Let's assume that Maya was a witch.
She's a lot of things, but bear with me a moment.
Yeah. Now, look at the sketch again. Now back to me. Now back to the sketch. Now back to me. I'm about to undo your case expertly. The witch dropped the scepter after having turned the professor into gold. the scepter tumbled along the floor and was found here, as asserted by the prosecution. However, that would be impossible. There's no way it could have been there.
Oh, I see it now.
The arm. It was.
Yep. I'm glad you seem to have noticed and finally caught up. The victim's arm was on the floor right here, standing on its end. Therefore, the scepter couldn't possibly have fallen that way.
Maybe she threw it.
Huh. Ergo, it couldn't have been the defendant who dropped the scepter. In other words, Maya is not a witch!
Order! 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 How could this be?
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
What you mean? What is the meaning of this, Judge?
The Inquisition's reasoning has been proven invalid for just one single piece of unusual evidence.
You have never played much of Yu-Gi-Oh, haven't you, Judge?
What's Yu-Gi-Oh?
Call it
Yeah.
Layton's magical touch.
God,
Phoenix, stop.
you're just full of bad puns today, Phoenix.
The professor sacrificed his arm to leave us just the evidence needed to turn this thing around. Yes, Phoenix, he totally planned for this to happen.
Yeah, we've got a plot armor.
That was amazing, Mr. Wright.
Thank you.
Thanks. You should see some of my tougher cases.
Professor,
Objection! An admirable deduction, Sir Blue Knight. That I cannot deny.
Uh-oh, I'm sensing a butt.
Even if we are to assume your reasoning is correct, and that girl in the cage is not a witch.
Uh-huh. Even if... Oh, I really don't like the sound of that.
In the many trials I've attended, I've become well versed in certain aspects of magic. I am all too aware of its potential to confuse people, befuddle their minds, and make their memories hazy. No one
Okay,
can
where are we
resist
going
such a
with this?
maddening influence.
Uh-oh. What are you trying to say, Inquisitor?
The scepter could not have tumbled across the floor if the arm were in its way.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
However, can we be sure that it's where the arm was? Are all of the witnesses able to confirm its location at the time?
Hey, usually I'm the one who uses witnesses contradicting each other. Objection! We've heard what they had to say several times now. They agreed...
And half of it is bullshit.
Aside from that, though, they agreed that the scepter fell over there.
Objection! And yet, no one actually saw the scepter being dropped.
Was the scepter ever truly dropped?
Witnesses, think back to that incident once more.
Was there even a scepter? Maybe it's yours.
Did the golden statue fall over first, or did the staff fall before it? Think carefully about what you've seen and heard. Everything hinges on your testimonies. May your words guide us to the truth and decide the fate of this caged witch.
Maybe Shura is right and we're dealing with Schrodinger's scepter.
But what is a scepter, really?
A stick. It's just a fat stick.
Also, they switch positions for some reason, okay?
Musical chairs, I guess.
I was about to get ready to leave, but it seems there is need for further questioning.
I'll be
Wow,
honest,
you
this is
people have no
exciting,
patience,
you.
do you?
Testify once more, witnesses.
Remember, Shiri, before
Tell
Phoenix
us of the golden
arrived...
statue and the Talia Magica.
Remember, Shiri, before Phoenix arrived, the trials were incredibly quick, so this is kind of unusual.
Which I guess
What is
in
this
some
free
ways
day
makes him
nonsense you're
more-
talking about?
Yeah, but they had to be lucky when the trials get resolved in one night instead of all being in
3 days.
Which really ups the stakes in that regard. And speaking of stakes, we'll see you in the next part where things get even more wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.